Good morning, Maya Powerback. Here's the plan. Activity inside the house on walls. Activity outside the house on the west perimeter wall. Activity outside the house on the swimming pool. And I need to buy a new razor. This is a disgraceful appearance. What could possibly go wrong? It's Monday morning, so we've had the prayer. Now there's the briefing from Big Boss today. And then you know what's coming if you've watched Monday morning episodes before. Here we go. Monday morning exercise. Once again, Webb, and this time Elson.
Ilan po kami bumibilang? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. O, harap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. O, side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. O, check. Ay, ulo. Ulo pala. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. O, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. O, balikat. Shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bilang, hit. Oh.
And the swimming pool crew are joining in.
7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jopay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, jogging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, jumping jump. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, lane.
Ah, Webb's on fire. We'll start the morning and the year inside the house, where they're putting up more of these wooden guides that indicate the level of the concrete hollow block. So more walls will be going up here, where Richard is hammering away. That's on the wall between the kitchen and the pantry. The pantry basically has very limited windows and doors. This is quite an easy one. Some other areas will be a little bit more tricky because we don't yet have the renderings of the appearance, and so we can't yet sign off on all of the sizes and the locations of the windows and doors. But this one's fairly straightforward, so they can move here, and there will be other areas they can start to put up these internal partition walls. The swimming pool crew actually did come in for one more day after the main crew started their break, and they did get quite a bit done, particularly down at the deeper end where they had managed to pump out quite a bit more water, and they did get more of the tie beam rebar in place going across. I'm not sure if they got any more done going from one end to the other. Just here, they're laying out basically the foundation. If you haven't seen the renderings, this will be a seating area in the middle of the pool. There'll be a bridge going from roughly where I'm standing across to here, and then there will, I think, be another bridge going across from the seating area to the other side of the pool. So that's what they're working on right now, just here. We do have 4 people now on the swimming pool crew. Not easy to see everybody. There's one hiding just over here. That's the maximum size that this swimming pool crew will get to, unless they add any of the regular crew maybe when they're doing some finishing. If everything went to plan, the builder thinks this pool could be completed within, we said 2 to 3 months, let's say 3, because we may have a little bit more discussion that may slow things down a bit on finishing and just the final appearance of the pool. So could be done by about March, April, February, March even. I don't know, that could be a stretch. We'll see. On the north wall, Ali's just removing those final forms. So this wall is not complete. As we mentioned in a video just before the break, it has to go higher. It's not at the required 2.5 meters. So some sections, I'm not sure how many, maybe down to that corner, that has to go up. I'm not sure if we've mentioned before, but we're not having this wall plastered. It was just an expense too far, and quite honestly, this wall is not here to look nice, it's here to keep people out. What we would like to do is to find a kind of an ivy that we've seen here, or a foliage that I think grows pretty quickly, to cover at the least the inside of this wall, and maybe at the front of the property we might do the outside as well, just to give it a slightly nicer appearance. And then it's simply a case of saying, well, what are we going to put on top, which we still haven't finalised with the builder yet. I think it will just be some kind of barbed wire, razor wire. Remains to be seen.
Hey, Papa.
My Baba Juanito, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And go this way, more digging, cutting and hacking going on to get us down to the end of this west perimeter wall. Not far to go. Still that rather large big tree stump to deal with. But it won't be long before all of the base for this wall is done. Who knows? I mean, let's guess another, by the end of this week possibly. And then building the wall itself. And then turning left and heading for home. Not too long before this perimeter wall is done. It's late morning. In fact, it's very late morning. There's only 15 minutes to go till lunch. And we have the beginnings of concrete hollow block for our west wall. Not going far yet, but it's a start. Well, this is going to make them go a little slower. They're having to manually mix concrete. I don't know whether one has been removed to a different one of the builder's sites, or if it's just not working. But they will have to do all the concrete mixing by hand for now. And as we head south, the trench is being extended, both sides of that tree stump. They haven't attacked that stump yet. That's yet to come. This is new. The first tie beam for the swimming pool with a little bit of concrete in there. Plus, they've definitely got more rebar in here, and the pump is running and really does seem to be doing a good job today. It is hot, so there is inevitably a little bit of evaporation, but that can only be a tiny proportion of the reason why the water level is down. But definite progress here at the pool. All of the rebar looks like it's now in place for the seating area. There's a lot of steel in here now. This is moving along nicely. Walls and walls and walls going up everywhere here at the entrance hall. Here on the lower portion of the staircase. Take your dizzy pills. Over here between the kitchen and the dining room. And over here for the pantry. Walls all over the place. Just a quick reminder of the layout here. We've got the kitchen at the far end, then the pantry, which only has a single entrance kind of in the middle of your shot now, followed by a laundry room, which will have a door both right in front of us and on the far side, so once laundry is complete it can be carried straight outside and hung up to dry if necessary. Followed by the helpers area, which is a bedroom and a bathroom, followed by the dirty kitchen. So that's what this side of the house will be. And it won't be long before walls are starting to sprout up along a lot of this. Not too many doors and windows to contend with just here. In fact, none at all. Windows for the pantry. No windows for the laundry, just the 2 doors. But yes, of course, there will be doors and windows for the helpers area. It's just after the afternoon break, so 3:20 right now. And I'm standing in what will be the living room. And I'm here to highlight something that hasn't happened very often yet, but I think something has gone wrong. This wall where the stairs are, we had asked the builder if we could leave this open. Now, I think it makes sense probably to have the wall below the stairs, although again it's not structural, it's not supporting anything, but it'll give us the opportunity to use the understair area a bit more as a storage area, hide stuff away. But above the stairs I thought we were going to leave that open, so we've fired off an email to the builder, spoken to the engineer on site, and we'll find out soon whether this wall is actually going to stay. But there you go. Something has possibly gone wrong. Here we are. We're seeing walls and walls and walls again. This now, they're working on the helpers room. Various names for these rooms over here, but I think helpers room sounds, to my way of thinking, the most appropriate, even though it's highly likely we won't have a helper. But they're still going along on the kitchen over at the back there, and the pantry and the laundry room, and going higher on this wall, which is the wall between the dining room and the entrance hall. Lots of concrete hollow blocks being used today. Back at the swimming pool, more concrete being poured. This team does have a concrete mixer, so more concrete going into the tie beams in the base. They have been using some relatively rudimentary forms, but they've also been removing those forms pretty quickly as well, so they're not being really used in a similar way to they were in the house, where generally speaking those forms will be left in place at least overnight. Here they're coming off within hours, maybe even minutes, I'm not sure. I just had a chat with the engineer, and there are 2 possibilities here. Well, it's probably more than that, but 2 that we're thinking of at the moment. One is to leave the concrete hollow block up to that last step, so basically another, I guess it would be another 1 concrete hollow block up, or even half of one, and then above it have glass. The other option is nothing at all above the stairs. Remove that part of the wall that is above the stairs now. So I want your thoughts on that. What do you think would look better? One of the targets is to maximize the amount of light in the stairwell, but we should get plenty of light anyway. There will be big windows looking down on the stairs. There'll be plenty of entry points for light, including a window this side. But just to really try to ensure we're maximizing it, I think, and my wife thinks, this part of the wall should go. So in the comments, what do you guys think? I'm sure there could be good reasons why we should keep this wall and then glass above it. So let me know what you think about that. The bell has rung, And we'll start here on the west wall, where once again we're zipping along on walls. So they have got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections up to about, I think that might be 6 hollow block level, including what's below ground. They have been getting deliveries throughout the day of more concrete hollow block, more gravel I've seen come in, more cement I've seen come in, and they need it right now. They're using up a lot of these materials very quickly. I don't think there was any more digging down here. I think they may have put in a few more columns and a little bit more of the concrete in tie beam base. But I think the majority of the focus was on getting those concrete hollow blocks installed over towards the north side. So a little bit less down here in the afternoon. Although probably when I go back and watch the videos, I'll realise that's complete nonsense. They've done a load more. The swimming pool crew of 4 has made quite a lot of progress with rebar and concrete. Most of the rebar in the base is now in. Not all of it. We've still got a few columns that do not have rebar leading out from the base, but there's not many of them. So they've done a lot of that. They've done quite a bit of pouring concrete. They've done a lot to drain out more water. We'll see what it looks like in the morning when they have to start all over again. Inside the house, we really are starting to begin to see some of the rooms emerging. So here on the north side, they've made solid progress with the helper's room, the laundry, and a little bit on the pantry just beyond that. Kitchen, north wall, beginning. Kitchen, south wall, between the kitchen and the dining room. Pretty solid progress here. Round the corner. Wall between the dining room and the entrance hall. Progress here. And not sure whether you notice, earlier on today there was a doorway here, or at least there was a gap. My wife didn't like that gap, so that door's gone. To finish, just here at the spa gym area, nothing was done, but we did make a decision about the walls here. So this wall will be a wall. This will have a window in it. This just highlights, along with the change to the door, along with the questions about the wall by the stairs, it highlights what everybody tells you when you launch into one of these projects. Try to be there. Today, more than any other day, I think I kind of felt like there were things going on that we were here and we were able to have input into, and they're fairly significant things, things that affect doors, windows, the basic structure of the house, that if you're not here and you can't make those decisions and you're relying on someone else to interpret your thoughts, that's difficult. Or it simply introduces a delay while you do get the chance to communicate with the builder. If you're talking about wall finishes, if you're talking about floorings, you can add another coat of paint, you could change tiles, be a pain, but you could do all those kinds of things. But at this point, it feels like more than any other time in the build so far, being here is important. We have the luxury to be here. We know it's a luxury. But I will simply repeat what everyone who's gone before me has probably said. Try to be on site as much as you possibly can when you're building. It does make a difference, and today it's felt like it's maybe made a difference more than any other point in this build so far. Anyway, there you go. It's a long video. We'll see you tomorrow. Day 97 tomorrow, closing in on 100. See you then.